Good evening. I'd like to call the Public Works and Safety Committee to order on April 14th at 5 p.m. Please stand and join me in the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Roll call.
Alderman Kvacki.
Here.
Alderman Schwer.
Here.
Alderman Madden. Here. Director Krager.
Here.
Chief Westfall.
Here.
Statement of public notice.
Meeting was noticed in accordance with open meeting laws on April 10th.
Perfect. Scott, status of projects.
So let's start out with the road program for 2025. The road program for 2025 is on Quest. The plan is for the bid opening is on Wednesday, April 16th. And then the idea is, depending if everything looks good, we want to take it to council on April 22nd. What I handed out to you guys and what I wanted to kind of just talk about is, so for our road program is just always stressing about how much money. We get about $750,000 to do. So if you look at the map, which everyone, will see and we'll send out the letters, the two base bids are Woodland Place, which we could not get finished last year, so we have to do that one. Weatherwood Circle, because we're replacing those water laterals there. And then our alternate bids are Prairie Meadow Drive, Schultz Lane, and Scenic Drive. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4. Top is 5 roads. That's all we get. So $750,000 doesn't really go that much. And I kind of wanted to just, we've been pounding on this, but this just to let everyone know what it looks like. Whereas there's the star that says mandatory alternative. Remember, we're putting the library parking lot in there. We have it broken down in 3 phases. We're hoping to get at least potentially 2 of those 3 phases done with their money as part of the road program.
Good.
Any other questions about the road program for 2025?
Okay. PP2 24-25 project.
Correct. All right. So this is our private property I&I project with Milwaukee Metropolitan Sewer District. So this work for phase 2 started April 2nd, 2025. Last Friday, we have completed 6 homes and we have 25 homes remaining. This week, the restoration crew came out and they're going to go back and check all of phase 1 and make sure, there's some settlement right now, make sure we'll touch it up for any more grass seed. If anything settled, we'll add a little bit more topsoil, anything that happens. So we're checking every yard for that. And then we're hoping to get everything done in the next couple months, and then we will be done with this project for MMSD.
Were there any people that didn't want the work done?
Yeah, some we couldn't do.
Okay.
So some we could not do because of the fact that after looking at it and where that lateral was and going under some foundations, it was decided not a good choice to do. There was a couple that said no, but we're doing probably 80 to 90%. And the reason why is because we're doing the full cost and replacement. Most other communities, when they try to do a portion of it, they do not get everyone to do it. And that's not the point. The point is try to get 80 to 90% to do this. Also, too, just to let you know, too, on the first phase, we found 3 homes that had their sump pump directly connected to the sanitary sewer system. So what we do is we're working with them. From my understanding, 2 of them have already disconnected, which is great. This is the point of this whole process. And a third one, there's a pipe check program with Milwaukee Metropolitan Sewer District. So hopefully she can go through them. And I think the discount is about, if they use one of their contractors, $2,500 to $3,000 to help them for a discount to get that pipe off the sanitary sewer and then to go correctly where it is. So these are some of the things that we're trying to catch. So, but right now we're working with the homeowners, and 2 of them we had no problems at all, just disconnecting right away and working with us. So
Perfect. Great.
Yep.
Chief Westfall, updates.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. The first thing I'd like to do since the last time we met is I'd like to point to one of our Facebook posts that we were recognized as the #9 safest city in the state of Wisconsin under the SafeWise rankings. We are continually in the top 10, and I would also like to just point out, we're also the highest population that is in the top 10.
Available for transfer from squad 59.
Sorry about that. My radio is nonstop 24/7. So, but with that, I just want you to understand, we are the highest population in the top 10, and that wouldn't be possible without the women and men and the efforts that they're doing continually 24/7 at the police department in partnership with the community, and the decisions that you all make here. So thank you for that. The other thing I'd like you to pay attention to is if you paid attention to the news lately or WISN, I asked Officer Christolitis to show up here today. Well, Officer Christolitis he was the lead officer that took several cases of, if you haven't paid attention, their gaming machines, like at Alpine Lanes and some of the other locations where they basically faked the machines into paying back money. These are our businesses, and when they're being victimized like that, and these are for individuals that are from out of state that are hitting multiple different locations, and it's no short order that Officer Christolitis' work was able to get them connected back to both cases that were occurring in Kenosha, and we ultimately got them locked up here in Waukesha County as a result of Officer Christolitis' cases. So I just wanted to say thank you. I didn't tell you I was going to surprise you with this, but thank you for your efforts. And he happened to be working, so I was like, why don't you come on out? It is in the news. I think it's in WISN today, as a matter of fact, if you take a look at that. That's why I wanted you to come, Officer Christolitis. Just say thank you. Lastly, another thank you that I wanted to share with all of you, Alderman Kubacki and Alderman Schwer. Since it is your last day, you're going to get a little bit more, but Alderman Madden, Mr. Mayor, and Alderman Decker, you'll get some kudos too. Sometimes when you sit up here and you're on the Common Council and you're making a lot of budget decisions and decisions about, do we fund this project or do we not fund this project, and where does it go? Public safety is paramount to why people move here to Muskego, and I appreciate your support, you two specifically, and everything that I've ever made an argument for and come to you, and we've had conversations and we can push back, we can have disagreements as well. But I want to tell you, yesterday, as a matter of fact, was an extremely busy day at the Muskego Police Department. Now, you may not know about it because it has to deal with a significant case that has to do with a juvenile that ran away from the city of Milwaukee, was held hostage in a house here in the city of Muskego. We had to call both of our SCIT partners and all of our officers and all of our detectives and on the weekend to handle the specific things. And these are some of the items that we used, and you may recognize some of these. We used drones, plate carriers, scoped rifles, ballistic shields, a padded shield, restraint chair, and ultimately we were able to take that suspect into custody for false imprisonment and child enticement, and then a bail jumping. And thankfully, as a result of that investigation, he's being held at the Waukesha County Jail on $50,000 cash. We were able to do that safely and efficiently based upon the decisions that you guys make in funding our police department, and understand that, yes, we are one of the safest cities, but bad things happen everywhere, and we'll continue to fight for the victims that can't fight for themselves, i.e. the 15-year-old that's a runaway from the city of Muskego, from the city of Milwaukee. I'll say this publicly, if it wasn't for the efforts of our officers, I don't know if this case gets charged anywhere else. Let's just put it like that. Their effort, their grit, everything that they're putting forward, and combination and partnership with the resources that you provide make this an unbelievable community. And so I just want to say thank you for specifically Alderman Schwer and Alderman Kubacki. I know you guys aren't moving forward in government, but maybe they'll put you on some committee that, for double the pay moving forward. But thank you for your support over your time and service to this community. So thank you. End report, unless you have questions.
And thank you, Chief. Thank you, Officer.
Yes.
Thank you for keeping us safe. We all appreciate that. Unfinished business, there is none. New business, Apple Hills Public Improvement Engineering Approval. Scott?
Sure. I think when he's going to get it up there so you kind of can see the plans here and just kind of talk about. So do one more. Let's get it right. One more. Right. That's a good one. So, yeah. So this is the John Jewell one. I don't know officially if he's going to keep Apple Hills or he's going Rustic Court, or he might change it. We're getting close to getting the DA in here. But again, this is the one that's going to have 9 lots. There's an existing house on one of them already. There's going to be a stormwater pond. There's going to be public roads, public water, public sanitary right there. This one, we're hoping that a DA comes within the next couple months to Finance Common Council, and then probably break ground in the next 3 to 4 months, depending on how fast the track it is. It's right off of Hill and Hill Road. And then there's a connection to the south to the adjacent subdivision to the south right there. At some point, if a property would ever sell. So it's just good planning. Yeah, there's property in the middle. I think it's a horse farm, maybe donkey farm over there. But what we're looking for is just a public approval for public improvements. And like I said, it's always contingent to make sure that we get all the engineering done. And also why we do contingent is because things change in the field. So, but this is one of our one of our only kind of new developments that's moving forward in the next year. So,
Great. Good. Is there a motion for a recommendation?
Move to approve.
Second.
Any discussion? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, no. Motion passes. Gulfview Estates, public improvements, engineering approval.
Yeah.
Scott.
so when he's going to get to this one, it's off of Ryan Drive, kind of right across from St. Andrews condominiums area over there. We'll get a nice picture. Believe it's a conservation subdivision. I believe there's 19 lots. They'll have like public water, public road. I know, you're doing good, Wendy. It's just really slow. Big files.
Yep.
Let's see if we can get a good one, right?
Where do we want to go?
Go back one more up. Keep going, go. Right, yeah. So this is a good one. Why I like this one, because there's a couple other things. So there's public water, there's a couple outlots, I think 3 stormwater ponds on here. You're going to have public sanitary water. There'll be storm sewer as well. There's also, as part of this, there'll be a trail that'll go from Ryan all the way to the north, back and forth there, as part of that deal. It'll be under the ATC lines. So it's kind of one of the things that we're really looking forward to, because a lot of people have kind of asked about putting a trail on Ryan, and that just hasn't made sense. But people in the San Diego comms, once this trail goes in, they can go back and forth, and it'll be a pretty nice trail. We will manage it. It'll be dedicated to the city. We will keep it clean. Point is also, we will also plow it during wintertime so that people can use it during the wintertime. It'll be just like any other trails that we have. So.
Great.
And just looking for approval of this one. The DA probably, we're beginning to work on it, I guess 3 to 4 months, and then maybe they'll start breaking ground in the fall this year. So.
Is there a recommendation for approval?
Move to approve.
Second.
Any other discussion? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes. Notification of tractor supply plans.
Yeah, so why I'm doing this one is, it's kind of been, people talk about it, but there's no public improvements. It's all on the private, but I wanted to kind of go over the plans with you and kind of show you what they look like and where it's happening. So that's,
This one?
let's do one more. Yeah, there we go. So this is in the Kohl's department store area, and it's going to be just west of general store and then east of the medical facility right there. So there's also a grass area in the front, so they'll complete the parking lot that's over there too. And that will be the Tractor Supply kind of like site civil. Their plans right now, I think, are back at the state for review at DSPS, but site civil, we should probably be wrapped up in the next month or so they'll be ready to go. I think their plan is to break ground, the last I heard, was in July of this year, and hope to have a opening by the end of October. So, and it's more just to notify you that here's the set of plans, here's what's coming. We still make them review everything. Our consultant, Grafe, and us, we review everything. We just don't have any public improvements, so I don't need your approval for that. But we do all the full gamut of reviewing all the engineering and making sure everything is in compliance. But just kind of want to make sure the community knows that this is kind of moving forward, so.
Okay, so that was more informative
Yep.
than anything else.
Correct.
They share the parking lot, the general parking lot.
Yes, and they'll be adding more. If you see the black area down on that one picture right there, that'll be some of the improvements that you will see out there. I think there's some grass areas out there right now, so.
Moving right along. There's no new business for the committee. Communications miscellaneous business is authorized by law. Looking for a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? We are adjourned.